Hey guys, Nick Adamo here. I'm going to discuss today if I had to buy 2025 Silver Eagles, which ones would I buy? Would I buy the Mint States, the Proofs, or the Burnished? And now I preface this by saying that what I'm going to explain here is if I had only the choice to buy one of the three different finishes, which would I buy? Now, a quick overview. The Mint State coin is the typical bullion coin, struck once, and typically has the highest mintages out of all three. The Proof coin has polished eyes and planchets, and double struck, and has that glossy, watery-like finish, as so right here. A black and white contrast, typically struck to lower mintage numbers than the Mint States. And then last but not least, the Burnished is the satin-like finish, and the way they achieve that is they actually burnish the blanks, and they roll the silver blanks in a chemical solution with metal beads for hours on end in big metal vats in order to obtain that gunmetal satin-like finish. Now that being said, let's go to the numbers that support why, if I had to buy a 2025 Silver Eagle today, or any modern day Silver Eagle 2006 to present, which one would I buy in the most quantity? Now, here are the mintage numbers for the bullion coins, or the mint states, the proofs, and then the uncirculated, or the satin-like finish, the burnished. Now, the first reason why I would buy the burnished over the other three, if I had to buy one of the three, is because the mintages are typically much lower than the proofs and the mint states, for sure. Now, if we look, the mint states only started, sorry, not the mint states, the burnished only started in 2006, where the mint states and the proofs have been made since 1986. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see that the numbers for the mint states are typically in the tens of millions, with the proofs usually the high hundreds of thousands on average. Some are upwards of a million coins, the highest being the 1986 at 1.4 million and change. And then the burnished are usually only a handful of hundreds of thousands. Now, if we look, starting in 2006, the mintage of the mint state was 10.7 almost million. The proofs, 1.1 million roughly. And the burnished, 466,000. Now, as you see, 2007, no exception. The burnished is the lowest by a couple 100,000 coins over the proofs. And if you keep going, the burnished progressively gets actually lower and lower mintages on average over time. Whereas if we look the last handful of years, you can see mintage figures in the low to mid hundreds of thousands for the burnished, whereas the proofs are still 400,000 coins a year, and the mint states upwards of 10, 20, 30, as high as almost 50 million one year back in 2015. Now, another reason why I would buy the burnished over the other three, if I had to choose one of the three, if you could buy all three, great, it's a great set to put together, is that the populations, or the amount of coins that grade perfect 70, are actually much fewer than the mint states and the proofs. Now we'll check this out. So here I have the proof Silver Eagle populations pulled up. So if you look from 2006 on, we have around 14,000, 28,000, 32,000. And now the mintage numbers of recent years and the population numbers really jump, as you can see here, into the 50, 60, 70,000. I mean, we keep going in the 50s, thousands, almost 100,000, almost 100,000. So in modern day history here, as you see, the mintage figures are 30, 40, 50,000 and above. The burnished, as we could see, is typically less than the proofs. You can see here 29,000, 28,000, 16,000, 16,000. This was a big year because the lettered edge, 26,000, 17,000. And if we keep going, you'll see that some of the mintage numbers get a little bit higher, but looks like the low 20,000s to 30,000. Whereas now if you look at the mint state coins, there's no comparison. I mean, 2024, 210,000 coins in 70 grade. 2023, 377,000. 2022, 324,000. So as where the mint state Silver Eagles typically, it looks like, have populations in perfect 70, or how many coins have graded 70, in the hundreds of thousands. The proof is much smaller, where the proof is usually 30, 40, 50,000, sometimes upwards of 100,000. But the real kicker here is, if you go back to here, is the mint states, where if you look at the mint states, I mean the burnished, 17,000, you're talking 20 to 30,000. So just to conclude, not only are the mintages for the burnished the lowest each year, and they typically have only made around 100 to 150,000 a year the last handful of years, the proofs are typically 400 plus thousand coins a year mintage, and the mint states are in the tens and tens of millions. Now, in a population in perfect 70, the mint states are in the hundreds of thousands in 70 grade. The proofs, anywhere from 30, 40, 50,000. Most of the time it's around the 60, 70,000 range, upwards of 100. And the burnished are usually 20,000, 30,000 coins. Some are even lower than 20,000. So if I had to buy a Silver Eagle today, and I only had the choice to buy one type of finish, I would buy the burnished, not only because it carries the mint mark, where the mint state Silver Eagle doesn't, but they're typically much lower mintages than the mint states and the proofs, and very few coins in comparison with the mint states and the proofs exist in perfect grade 70.